Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday Sit Rep. February's theme is Black Heritage Month, so we have our first pre-order getting ready to roll out this week, and then we're also continuing with Vietnam bricks here in January, so we've got some new releases for that as well. So let's jump in. All right, and we might as well just call this Wilson Week because there's a pair of models releasing on Brickmania.com, and you had something to do with both of them. So first up, we have the M5A1 Stuart, which was an original Mary Wilson design, and then we also have the General Service Australian Army truck, which was not Mary's design, but she was the project manager on that. So let's start with the Stuart because that is the prototype. Pre-order available right now. February is Black Heritage Month, so this is the 761st Black Panthers, which is what this will represent. You'll notice that by the minifigure, etc. online. But you brought a lot of updates to this model. I'm super excited for it. I love that front armor, so let's break it down and then get into some of these awesome updates.
Yeah, for sure. So I was very excited that I was designing another Stuart after I did that M3. Got a chance to tackle the M5, which is fun. And yeah, I definitely made a lot of updates. Probably one of the most obvious ones is the front slope. It's an exact 45-degree angle, and before we were using just the 45-degree slopes, but then there was that break in there and it wasn't as clean. So I wanted to just get the tile on there so it was smooth.
Yeah, printing easier too.
Yes, printing definitely easier. That means we can get like the big white star that's in the center like larger and cleaner. Along with other printing, we don't have any on this prototype model unfortunately, but you'll see it online. So we've got the white star on the front as well as on the side of the turret. And then we also have some like unit markings on either side on the back here, as well as we used to use a gear, but they have run out of gears. So we now have been printing gears on a black tile and it still looks pretty slick.
Yes, it does.
So we got those as well. Other updates I brought to it, I really wanted to add some other like very small play features, but the previous model we didn't have this like back attachment that wasn't on every Stuart, but the one I was basing it off of did, so I added some more cargo basically. So we've got the shovel and the axe in the back, and then also you can open that up and there's a little bit more room.
Snack storage.
Snack storage, you can put whatever you want back there. And then underneath there's also these two working hatches. They're very small, but you can open those up and close them and put whatever you want back there as well. So just adding a little bit of play feature to
some
that.
Some repair mocks potentially, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Other than that, I also added, there's like, basically the gun kind of like goes down into it. It's not functional, but it is on the side of the turret, and I think it was kind of iconic, so like I wanted to include it in it. That was basically the only update that I brought to the turret because it's a very solid design. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm very excited to see it all finished with all the prints and the minifig. Those are looking good too, so that's what I got for the Stuart.
It's pretty amazing how when you make just a couple of subtle tweaks from what you've done previously, how you really come out with like a completely different looking model, because this does look starkly different
for sure.
Than the M3, and very, very impressive. And on pre-order right now on Brickmania.com. All right, so let's head on over to the Australian Army Service Vehicle. So this one comes with a pair of minifigs. There is no pre-order going on here, so everything you see is included. We've got all our printing, we've got everything looking nice. Check out those over-molded Owen guns that are available with these, and those new 3D printed, what did you call them? Giggle hats?
Yeah, giggle hats.
Nice, yeah, awesome. So tell me a little bit more about this build.
Yeah, so you can see that this one we actually do have the prototype printing on it, which is exciting. They've got little kangaroos on either side, so you know it's Australian. I'm sure that's why. And then, so this folds down in the front, and then you can kind of see we've got indicators on either side, and then the grill printed with the little like plaque on there as well.
Sure.
And then on the back we've got just a license plate, and then so we've got the two minifigs, so then one can be driving and one can be manning the gun, even though they both also have Owen guns, so
they're well armed.
You know, they're well taken care of. Yeah, honestly, this is a really cool build. This technique to get this shaping has been done really well. Same with the front, just getting the curved brick, but then placed along with this curved plate makes it look really clean, and I'm really digging that. Otherwise, yeah, it's a really solid build. Excited for it to come out with these two little minifigs. It's looking good.
Yeah, and another nice example of kind of those subtle techniques that really add to the shaping of the vehicle and get it accurate
For sure.
to what people expect to see. So very, very cool. Like I said, no pre-order here. This one is available right now on brickmania.com. Mary, thanks for checking in.
Of course.
Okay, Andy's back, checking out the new Vietnam Grunt V3. So we've had 2 flesh tones released so far. Light flesh came out last week. This week is medium flesh. Let's talk a little bit more about these brand new minifigs. Long awaited, I would say, because the Marines were really popular last year, but everyone was like, yo, where's the Grunt? The Grunts are back.
It's here. So we're releasing these again in kind of in every week, a new one, 3 of them.
Right.
We have these 2 out right now, and then we have the reddish brown flesh tone coming out next week, or when is it?
Correct.
Yeah. So first week we dropped the light flesh here, this guy. Again, I'm trying to go for an overarching view of what maybe a standard Grunt might have looked like in that era.
Which is almost an impossible task.
Which is an
given
impossible
the variety
task,
of stuff.
because it is an impossible. There is no
Right.
one Grunt. It's every soldier is a unique individual. They would customize all their gear. So this has kind of been a great opportunity to really lean into that each week. So we're releasing the standard Grunt, but as you'll see, like a side-by-side comparison, this time I opted to do a little bit of subtle changes. You know, maybe they're carrying a different ammo configuration. They got their pouches in a slightly different area, stuff like that. So for this first week's Grunt, just the standard M56 web gear and like equipment. You got the butt pack there. You got the canteen. It's an early war. You'd see it throughout the whole war. Maybe phase out a little bit towards the end with the replacement gear, but you even see it occasionally, like after Vietnam. So
right.
it was just used a lot. And that's the 20-round magazine pouches that both these guys are sporting there. And that goes perfectly with this M16 perfect caliber. That's also releasing at the same time. Or does it come with it?
I think they're already online.
It's already online.
Yeah,
okay.
we've restocked them for this. So
we restock this M16 perfect caliber periodically. So
link on the product page.
yes, as always. I really liked the sunglasses, some new artwork there.
And the headband.
Okay,
what
yeah.
a cool thing to add on to that. I love that.
It's hidden by the helmet, but I figured we'd add this headband in there. So that's sort of, I think it's sort of like a souvenir thing that was made in country, and then you'd see a lot of soldiers either wearing it as a headband tied on somewhere, or it's just a souvenir that they'd bring back. So you can see these on eBay still. Just it's a Vietnam kind of memento headband.
Yeah, right.
There might be more of a history behind what exactly they are. I didn't dig as deep as I would always love to, but there you have it. Gets covered up by that Mitchell pattern helmet. Oh, it's on backwards, of course. Mitchell pattern helmet, and that's just the standard helmet cover of the time. What else?
Super iconic camo there for sure.
Super iconic. And some new artwork here on these minifigures would be this guy's got the 2-quart canteen. So in the jungle, it is hot. You don't always want to drink the water there, so it's
You
best.
almost never want to drink the water
Probably
there.
don't want to drink the water there. Well, this is. So he's got 2 canteens on his back, and the bigger canteen on his side. You'd see soldiers. You'd see photographs of guys with like 5 or 6 canteens. Like,
Sure.
They'll carry as much water as they can get their hands on. Sometimes.
I would.
Right. And then some new artwork would be e-tool pouch on the side, along with that integrated bayonet scabbard as well. So, and that's on all the figures, if I recall correctly. He's got
Is that belt for the webbing? Is that a bit of a new design as well? Because I just noticed that the detailing on the front, where those clips come together between the webbing gear, is like
right.
It just jumps. It's so clean.
I think I debuted that on what Apollo capsule was that?
Oh, okay, interesting.
So the divers for the recovery.
Sea King.
Yeah, from the divers, that's where I first featured this,
Okay,
I believe. Cool. So it's interesting. It's a pistol belt. They changed shortly after, or mid-war, I think they actually changed the direction of the stitching to vertical instead of horizontal. World War II was also horizontal. So that's just a little subtle detail to note. These guys got the horizontal stitching on that web gear belt. Totally a fact that, I don't know.
Hey, you got to dive in and
fact.
know your uniforms to get that stuff,
Um,
man. That's what people love.
Week 2, we have the medium flesh here. And he also has that headband, slightly different recoloration of that headband. You saw it in a few different colors. He's got the ammo bandolier, and sometimes you'd see that thing slung like horizontally across their chest, almost like an early like chest rig, like before they were really doing that. Like special forces were doing that, but
Sure.
you'd see that thing mounted horizontally, or you'd see it like crisscross, like 2 or 3 of them, just carrying as much ammo, as much water, everything as they can into the battlefields. Yes, and so we have one more guy coming out. That'll be next week, so stay tuned for that.
There you are. If you're ready to build your army for Vietnam bricks, now we've got some diversity to add to your ranks. Not to mention some nice differences in gear and uniform between the two. Of course, we will have Landon back to check in with the reddish brown flesh next week. But for now, both these guys available on brickmania.com. Landon, thanks for checking in, man.
Thank you.
All right, so that'll just about do it for the Friday Sit Rep Brick Maniacs. Quick note from me though, those San Diego stores, and that Vallejo, the San Diego location and the Vallejo location out in California are going to be happening very soon here in 2022. So we are looking for retail employees for both of those locations. Those applications are posted on the career page on brickmania.com and on our blog as well. So make sure to check those out. If you're in that area, please apply. We'd love to have you come join our team. All right, that will do it for the Friday Sit Rep. Thank you very much for watching.